Hey, Raider Nation, how you guys doing? Welcome to another great episode of the Unfiltered Truth. I'm your host, Phil Jones. Phil Robinson here with me, live on this beautiful Saturday afternoon. Oh, Raider Nation, we have so much to talk about. But Phil, how are you doing today, my man?
Man, it's nice to be able to see clear blue skies out here in California with all the fires that have been burning. Now they're not contained or whatnot, but I just know that the smoke isn't over here bothering me and blotting out the sun. So it's something to be thankful for as we continue to deal with 2020 and everything that's come with it.
Yeah. 2020 has not been kind to us, not one damn bit. But so far, today we get some news in the Raider world. Raekwon McMillan has been traded to us for a 4th round pick. We also received a 5th round pick for 2021 for next year. Bill, I'm going to be real. I like the signing for this linebacker. We needed another linebacker that could be a solid impact. Not going to say this is like a big blockbuster trade or anything. This was something that, hey, we need another solid guy. So now you add Littleton, you had Kwiatkowski. Now you also add McMillan to your top 3. But the other thing about it, there are going to be folks that'll be saying now, what about Javed White? What about Tanner Muse? I'm not even going to get into Kyle Wilbur, but, if you really look at that, you're just like, well, kids, I'm just going to break it down to you. Javed White, he's getting it, but Javed White needs a little bit more time.
He needs a little bit more weight. He's still under 220 pounds or still around 220 pounds. And as an undrafted free agent coming out of a small school, and while he has definitely flashed, heading in this close into the season, you're looking, your coaching staff is starting to take a very hard look at this roster and see where they need to get better at. And at this point, sadly, our 3rd round pick isn't quite ready to go. So they had to make this move for Raekwon McMillan, which I absolutely applaud because I wanted them to draft Raekwon McMillan. I thought that highly of him coming out of Ohio State. In the pros, he's been more of a run stuffer than a defender. Somebody compared him to Tahir Whitehead, and I was getting ready to have his back until I watched the video, and I was like, oof. But
so here's the thing. I wouldn't compare him to Tahir Whitehead in a heartbeat. We saw that film with Tahir Whitehead. That looked like a hell of a mess. The thing with Raekwon McMillan, he's been in different systems. So he's came out of that 2-5. It was a 2-man, 2 down lineman, and then the 5 linebacker front. He's been in the 3-4 defense. He's played the left inside middle linebacker. But if you remember him from Ohio State, he was running in a 4-3.
Yes.
That's something that he's been accustomed to. So you have a guy that hasn't played any of those two. It's just natural. I don't know why my camera broke. That's Robinson. But
that's you. That's freezing up over there looking like an old Chinese movie.
Ha!
Hi.
So, Michael won early. It was a special, we were going to come on last night. It was just too much craziness going on. Jim, how you doing? Yeah, Robinson broke it.
No, he didn't.
No, you broke it.
No, I don't control your camera, Phil. I just know that mine works fine.
I blame you.
Everybody else does. You should too. But the whole linebacking core as a whole is probably the greatest linebacking core the Raiders have seen in an awfully long time. You got 2 thumpers, a true middle linebacker, and you got a pass coverage linebacker, a guy that's capable, who's been the best rated linebacker in pass coverage in the entire football league. And all of this is going to do nothing but help this defense continue to get better and give Paul Gunther more options in his play calling, give him the opportunity to have a little bit more faith in calling the perfect play because he has the proper guys on the field instead of second guessing himself and causing them to look like the idiots.
No, that's real. So, and that was another thing. You go back, you had Markel Lee. They were trying to make him the thumper at the time. And, it was 50-50 with him. But you look at a guy like Raekwon McMillan, how he can shoot through the gaps. I'm just going to tell you this. Oh, wow. Am I really freezing? Wow. Am I freezing again?
Yeah, Phil is auditioning for Frozen. Can you sing? Let me hear you sing. No, actually, never mind. You know what? Please don't. But
you don't want to hear me sing. No, but you look at how Raekwon McMillan was going back to Ohio State, and then you saw flashes of it at Miami. This guy is literally just shutting everything down. He's shooting through the A gap, the B gap, and he's knifing right in, grabbing the runner, or he's going after the quarterback. I mean, you go back to Ohio State when he's grabbing the quarterback, but past 2 seasons when he's been with Miami, he's just been sackless.
Yeah.
I think the new scenery, I think with everything that's went on with Miami, I think this is a brand new start for him. Yes, he's in the last year of his contract. If I'm the Raiders, let's see what you can get done see what you can get out of him right now. But to be on the safe side, try to bring him back for maybe another 2-3 years.
It just got a little bit of info. Does not look like at this time we have a deal between the Raiders and the Jaguars. That conversation was a short one, and it is up to the Jags to get back to the Raiders.
Oh, that same talk that I probably had this morning, yeah.
Yeah.
So, we can still hit on it. I mean, let's go on. Let's go on and hit on it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there has been still chatter about Raiders looking at Yannick, bring him on to the silver and black, going to get the deal done with the Jaguars. But you know how Tony Khan is. Tony Khan's like, I want a first-round pick. I want that pick, and I want that pick. Yeah, no, screw that. I mean, you've been asking for a first-round pick from every other team in the league. You're not going to get it. You got it with the Rams with Jalen Ramsey, but clearly, didn't work out for the Rams, in my opinion. But right now, if you're the Raiders, don't give up a first. Don't even give up a second-round pick. You get a third, and that's it. I wouldn't go any higher than that. I like Yannick. If it does happen, hey, that's more of an impact right there on the edge for the Raiders. You can go on and really use Cleveland Farrell inside. Just Yannick, Farrell, and Crosby. Phil, just think of that, man.
Oh yeah. Oh, that would be really nice. And you know what? And as you say that, you're still leaving out the talk of training camp. Arden Key, who has come back and is playing like his whole ass is on fire. And maybe perhaps this is what we really needed, is that we're sitting here and we're giving this man no credit whatsoever. And hopefully we're feeding his fuel. He's already tearing it up in training camp. So let's see it during the regular season. Like he said, all they need is already in that defensive line grouping right now. They don't need nobody else. That's what he said. And he's been playing like it. So let's give him the opportunity to do so.
No, that's real. The other guy we haven't really talked about that much?
Nasib.
What's that guy? He's very very fluent in his finances. Came out of Tampa Bay.
It's not Steve. This guy.
Yeah, what's going on with NASA? What's going on with Carl NASA? Like, we haven't heard a thing lately from him. And Phil leaves me. Oh, there he is.
No, I'm right here. I've been here.
We haven't heard a thing about Carl NASA lately. So what's going on?
Well, we really haven't heard a thing about Carl Nassib since the day that he signed that deal, aside from what they wanted to tell us to make us feel good about the move and the signing that they had. But at this point in time right now, Carl Nassib is just a player on the roster. He hasn't done anything special. He hasn't done anything horrible. But for this, where they're trying to get to and what they're trying to accomplish, they're going to need more out of. He's going to need to generate a lot more buzz than he has been. It's almost like Josh Morrow last year. And even still, we heard more about him during training camp than we have Carl Nassib.
And see, right there, now I'm starting to think, does this have a little bit to do with Paul Gunther? Remember how Paul Gunther, he needed a guy like Josh Morrow last year, a big guy on the end for run support. And you're not relying on Max Crosby. Pay Morrow. That didn't really work out. Carl Nassib, I mean, right now, I mean, I've seen him perform, and he's been a solid guy. But my whole thing is, if you're getting paid that amount of money, damn it, you're going to have to produce. Literally, right off the bat, you cannot hesitate. You got to produce. You got to produce right off the bat. You get an update?
Just a small one. Nothing too serious right now.
And what might that be?
Nothing. Just Gruden making cuts and watching film, getting ready to taking a look at what he thinks they need, and if he thinks that they need something, he's going to this move for McMillan may not be the only one that they make.
No, everybody's saying fix my camera. I don't know what's going on because let me see something.
Yeah, apparently Gruden had approached Miami about a deal for McMillan last week, and they didn't get anything done. But Reggie came through for us.
That's the first.
and shipped us off some talent that was supposed to be good, that wasn't good there, that we can watch succeed for us.
I can't believe I'm saying it, but thank you, Reggie. Thank you.
Man.
You actually did us a solid. Something that you could have got for us, I don't know, 2017.
No,
we needed a linebacker.
We did.
We could have got a cornerback in that second round. I'm just saying.
Yeah, they roasting your camera.
I'm picturing that dude with the fishing pole holding up Jones' camera. Almost had it. Oh, man, you asshole. I don't know. I'm looking at it. I don't know what's going on. I did a test. It says it's running fine. It's been weird because I haven't been the only one that's had that problem lately. It's been a couple other people who've been having problems with the platform, with StreamYard, where it's like, okay, it's jumping from one camera to the other camera and everybody's freezing up and whatnot. I don't know what's going on. I sent StreamYard an email. They said that they will be looking into it. So sorry about that, you guys. I don't know why this is happening. Yeah, they might be censoring me.
Yes.
They might be censoring me.
Got to get yourself a MacBook Pro. We don't have those types of issues.
Well, what's wrong with Google?
That camera fees.
You know what? Nah. Nah. Anywho, before we get all sidetracked, look. So Marcus Mariota lately has
Not been good.
we've heard a lot of ups and downs. We've heard that okay, he can throw it deep. He can throw it deep, or he can just I don't know, just struggle throwing those like short passes. And then comes the injuries again. Lately, he's been bothered by an ankle injury and an elbow injury, apparently. I don't know if it's you said a shoulder at first, or it's shoulder going to the elbow.
It's a shoulder issue is what it was supposed to be, was the official diagnosis last year. The elbow injury occurred a couple years before, and it almost kind of seems like it was more like I'll hold off on saying this honestly because I don't want it to go up and get taken out of context, but it sounds like a pitcher's injury to me. Yeah. And that he's tried to push through, and it's just not working because when you got nerve damage and you're losing feeling in your hand, your throwing hand, and it started at your shoulder and has traveled all the way down your arm into your elbow and into your hands, there's a legit problem there.
No, that's real. That is not a lie right there.
And it would make sense as to why his short passes don't look as crisp as they should be, because he can't feel his hands to get the proper spin that he needs to get on them.
Nah, I feel you on that one.
The ankle injury is one of those things that I just wonder about, because that ankle wasn't bothering him when he was a dazzling playmaker. Although when you listen to it, Gruden referenced that being an injury coming into camp. So on some days it's good, some days it's not, which it very well could be, but it's kind of suspect, to say the least.
No, that's true.
Look.
Now my other thing is, I've actually heard talks from Tennessee media saying that, hey, he's just not been a guy that's been good in practice. He's more of that game day quarterback. But you know how John Gruden is. He wants you to be good on practice and game day.
Wants you to be great in practice and even excellent on the field.
But the thing of it is, if he does have a severe nerve damage, and I don't want to really jump on that because, NDAs and all that, and you'll be looking like Adam Schefter that got suspended.
Right.
If he's done some sort of injury around that elbow that is long-term effective, then the Raiders really need to look to grab another backup quarterback, because right now all you got is
the Peterman.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the Peterman.
Peterman.
Nathan Peterman.
To you, bitches.
Look, we saw everybody got a good glimpse of Nathan Peterman on Hard Knocks last year. Everybody's just like, damn. This ain't the same Nathan Peterman we saw in Buffalo.
No, not at all.
And he looked solid. He looked on point. He took care of business, and he got hurt. And then they had to put him on the IR shelf, because who knows? He could have played last year in some of those games instead of long neck. But right here, I heard some camp news. He looked pretty good so far, coming in, taking over the number 2 role. But my whole thing is, are you definitely sure you want to go with Nathan Peterman as your number 2 quarterback? Or is Marcus Mariota going to be able to come back and get healthy and get the job done?
That is the question that is on the table. And as it stands, your best bet is to hope that Peterman is everything that we've talked him up to be, everything that Gruden has said that he is. Because if Mariota hasn't been able to pick up the playbook in its entirety in the what constitutes as an offseason that he's had, then you're definitely not going to be able to bring in a guy off the streets and have him learn it in a week. Whereas Peterman's been there for 2 years now and has actually practiced and shown that he can run the system, that he can understand the system. Now, there are some leadership things that are going on with him that he's going to need to get in gear and get fixed up, especially in the event that he's asked to take over the starting job, which we don't want to happen because Carr is our best quarterback on the roster. And no matter what has been said in the past, that is true at this moment. Carr is our best quarterback on the roster. And so as long as he goes, this won't be an issue. Peterman can come in and be a relief pitcher, if you will. Might even be able to carry you for a game or two. But to go out there and get another quarterback is something you may have to do depending on the severity of the injury, but it's not ideal, especially at this time in correlation to the beginning of the season.
No, that's real. Oh, man. So, everybody's going to be like, yeah, that's right. We got Derek Carr as our starting quarterback. There's not going to be no Mariota time. Look, I'm all for it. Damn it, Carr, you better run for me, boy. You better get me some 32 touchdowns or more. And that's all I really want. Shit. I'm ready to crack open Madden and see how everybody's been saying that on the first patch. They said that
Ruggs is a cheat code.
Not even that, but Carr's arm he's lighting it deep.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, like I'm throwing 55-yard passes.
Are they fluttering or are they getting there with some velocity?
They getting there.
There you go. That's all you could ask for.
So Derek Carr doing that on Madden, and damn it, Derek Carr gonna be doing that in the regular season.
I'm a big fan of 50-yard frozen ropes. Show me that arm strength that everybody says you got. Throw it deep and get it there in a hurry.
So looking at our receiving core right now, I mean, we already know about Tyrell Williams. He has a torn labrum. He's going to be out for a while. I wouldn't say the whole season. I think Tyrell he did it I think it was last week. So last week, going all the way, I think we probably see him week 2 or week 3. He'll try to make a attempt.
Sure, you have him starting the season on the PUP list, not the injured reserve designated.
No. He ain't gonna be on the PUP list.
He's just gonna be
injured. Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll end up seeing Tyrell Williams probably week 2 or week 3, or if he's able to try to find a way to get around it, we might see him week 1. Who knows? He's played through it before. But with the Raiders right now, with their receiving core, you're not letting go of Zay Jones.
No.
So whoever thought that they were going to let go of Zay Jones,
negative honcho, they may keep all 6 of them now. And
go sit down.
In terms of the roster, I really do genuinely think that it would be a better roster idea to put him on the IR designated for return, so that you don't have to cut anybody.
Nah, leave the way it is. Just leave it the way it is.
You have more faith in his shoulder than I do. It's his third labrum tear.
You know me, I'll use you. If you can catch with that other hand, damn it, I'm going to use you. And I can also use you as a decoy.
We don't need decoys. We need
good and damn well John Gruden will be like, shit, if he dies, he dies.
Listen, you can that may be the case. That may be the case. But I look at it on the flip side. If he's got no strength in one of his arms, he's going to be a tip drill machine.
Hey, what is Derek Carr used to doing? Quick snap, boom.
Throwing interceptions off of people's hands.
Quick slam.
Again, we can agree to disagree. I don't feel comfortable with that as nearly as comfortable as you seem to.
I got a meme for Tyrell Williams, but I ain't gonna do it to him right now. But really, all right. So look, you look at the line. You look at your receivers right now. You have Brian Edwards. You got Henry Ruggs. You got Zay Jones. You have Hunter Renfrow. You got Nelson Aguilar. And then you got Tyrell Williams. I'm going to just tell you this right now. Because we're going to be seeing, we'll have 5. I think they'll do it like this. We'll have 5 wide receivers activated on game day. But what we're going to actually end up seeing, we're probably going to end up seeing Lynn Bowden Jr. line up at receiver a couple times.
That's where you will see that too, but you actually
but I think we're going to see heavy now. You're going to see heavy now. And that's now here's the thing, Phil, and this is why you had this these new add-ons at running back. They might run with 4 running backs now.
They could.
I mean, think about it. I mean, you run with 4 running backs, 6 wide receivers, 3 tight ends. Now, the other thing you always got to remember, Darren Waller was a wide receiver too. And Darren Waller can line up at the receiving position too on the outside. So, and he's a threat. You can't stop him. You can't stop him if he's lined up against a corner. You can't stop him if he's lined up against a tight end or a safety. He's a big man threat that the Raiders have. And all Derek Carr got to do is just throw it up to him. Shit, he can even lob it to him. I don't care. So, Phil, right there, us losing Tyrell Williams for a couple of weeks, you know what? I'd be fine. Because you know who you also have back at tight end? You got Jason Witten. You have Witten. So you're not hurting. Not one damn bit. You're not hurting.
Not at all. Not at all. And like you said, you actually kind of stole my thunder because I was waiting for my opportunity to lead in with Darren Waller is going to be doing some lining up out wide.
I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all good. He's definitely going to be doing so. He's going to be used far more creatively than he was last season. And last season was his coming out party. He is literally the biggest mismatch they have, even with Ruggs' speed, because you can bracket the speed, but you can't do nothing about that size disadvantage anywhere you go on the field. And the guy that can run a 4.5, 4.4, at that size is crazy. His catching radius anywhere is just out of this world. As long as they call pass interference the way that they should be, you're literally going to have to commit a penalty every play just to be able to play defense against them because he's just that damn big.
And you know what? Hey, I'm gonna add our little comments in from our fans, and Mike says clearly what we're on saying. Hey, Waller can do the same thing Tyrell does.
Yep.
Brett jumps in and says Waller will play a ton of wide receiver. Witten has a role at tight end. And that's the security blanket that you have to look at. Everybody was saying, Jason Witten's old, but Jason Witten has kept himself in excellent shape, has been able to stay healthy, knock on wood, you guys. Knock on wood, because we don't need this shit being jinxed. But you look at what Jason Witten's done for his career, That's going to be a major help. And then you look at Foster Moreau, who can come in and be like, look, hey, I know I can get you your first down. Try to give me a little bit more routes to do, instead of just giving me that short, quick pass for like 3rd and 2 or 3rd and 8, where it's going for 4 yards instead of the whole 8 yards.
Well, since you asked, you shall receive, because from what I've heard, and you could chime in if you've heard differently, Witten has actually been the 3rd tight end because Foster Moreau has continued to build on the impression that he left last year before getting injured. They have, in fact, expanded his route tree, and he's been running more routes, getting more work in with Carr. And I would imagine that if you're splitting out Waller out wide, you can still run a formation with 3 tight ends out there and have a fully functioning passing game, passing attack, as well as additional blockers on the field at the edges. So this splitting out Waller and having 3 tight ends that are capable of not only running routes but being solid run blockers as well is just another one of those chess pieces that Gruden is going to be able to throw at all of the teams that's on the schedule. I am truly looking forward to what goes on this season and seeing exactly what he's been cooking up now that he's finally got all his guys and all the talent and a team that's actually what people consider to be gifted.
No, that's real. The funny thing about it with Foster Moreau, I think Foster Moreau ran on what 4? What did he run, like 4.5 back in the combine?
I thought he was a 4.6, 4.7 guy. I'll check.
Got it right here. Nah, ran a 4.6. Ran a 4.66.
Yep.
Had to go back to my big book. But just knowing that right there, that's still speed for a tight end.
Yeah, that's
tight end on an average for a tight end. You're usually looking at what 4.7 as the average.
Yeah, 4.7.
You got your tight end. Yeah, sorry if I'm cutting you off, but if you got your tight end jumping from 4.6 or higher, you better be utilizing that ass.
No, absolutely. Big bodies that run fast are a quarterback's best friend in this league. Said Foster, like I said, Foster can block. He can get open. The 7 touchdowns that he had last season were twice as many as Waller had. Waller had all the yards. Moreau caught all the TDs. They had 10 between them. They had 10 between them and 1,600 yards receiving.
Yeah,
that's solid production out of 2 tight ends, because you didn't really see much of Carrier at all.
Only doing garbage time.
Right. So that's solid. That's solid out of a tight end and his backup, and with a rookie as well. So it just goes. It's like we've been saying. This is all part of complementary football. This is all part of the greater picture, and loading up this team to make sure that it has weapons at every facet of the offense. All part of the no excuses.
Now, see, this is one question we should all be we should be able to ask right now. I'm gonna put this up. We know the team has a ton of talent. Can Carr rekindle 2016 magic? Is the $1 million question.
The answer to that comes down. I'm glad you asked that, Avery's Daddy 84. The answer to that comes with this. If Derek Carr makes the proper decisions with where he goes with the football, his little internal clock, he can see it and reads the defenses properly. It won't be so much that he'll return to form in 2016. It'll be that the talent around him will pick him up like it did back then. And when in a ball control West Coast offense, it's all predicated off quick passes and the occasional deep shot, just to make sure that the defense is playing honest and continues to maintain separation in the field. So can he do it? Yes, anybody can do it. Is he going to do it? Now, that remains on his decision-making and how well the offensive line holds up.
Yeah.
We've seen that he plays at his best when he's confident that he's going to keep a clean jersey. He plays like a dog whenever there's a man in his face or he takes a couple trips into the grass. So it's really going to come down on the protection. Protection was top 10 offensive line, and they returned all 5 starters. Problem is that the running back pass protection is no good unless it's coming from Jalen Richard. So that's going to be what you need to look at going into the season and seeing what happens.
I'm about the same as you, Phil. I mean, literally, Derek Carr, he just needs to do that. He just got to step up. He can't just be really the start of the season. I shouldn't see a 3-and-out on that opening drive. If you taking all the initiatives to work with these guys during the off season when nobody could get to the facility, you guys even working out in the camp, working out what was it, Adam Park?
Yep.
Working on repetition. I mean, even though you're not in a facility, but you're still able to take the time to work on reps. You should expect to see that, you guys got it down. You guys are working in your own stadium and getting adjusted to seeing how far you can throw in there. I mean, time will tell, but I'm going to tell you this. I expect to literally see Derek Carr throwing downfield to one of his guys, whether it's Ruggs, whether it's Edwards, Waller. I should be able to see this offense driving downfield, not settling for a field goal. I should see them settling for 7 points, and that's it. And then on the next drive, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. It should be nonstop. Ladies and gentlemen, the ones who complain about the defense, to be honest, you can't say a damn thing anymore.
Well, you can say plenty. They ain't shown you nothing yet.
I mean, you really can't say, look, everybody said we don't got anybody for the linebacker. Well, didn't they just go and get that person, then trade for that person? And then you got an undrafted guy that's moving and shaking?
Yeah.
Oh, we need help, D-line. Didn't you get another guy in free agency on the D-line? Then you get rid of one guy that was acting lazy. And then you got another guy that can slide inside and do this, and this.
And then you got a guy who you thought was a problem who's showing up and showing out.
Yeah. Well, we need help in the secondary. Well, didn't you get a guy in free agency, and then you get this guy back healthy, and then you drafted this guy, and then get that guy, and then you bring a free agent guy? I mean, I can go so on and so forth. What I'm getting at is, yeah, it all looks great on paper, but I mean, everything that everybody bitch, cried, and complained about, really the Raiders went and got.
So, hey, guess what? For all the years of fandom that we've all sat here and been the general manager of this football team because, quite frankly, ours needed help, this one knows what he's doing. This one got us covered. This one has gone out and addressed nearly every single need that we've had and done it so far with minimum work, minimum cap hits, really team-friendly deals, and quality play, and what appears to be quality players. Like I said, can't get too caught up in crowning anybody because we haven't seen any games. But if people hold to their reputation, and even it's a difference in reputations when you talk about the players who are out there in Las Vegas. Nobody has those negative stigmas anymore. The only bad thing you can say about the players out in Las Vegas are they're too young or they're on the Raiders. That's pretty much all, because if you took them off the Raiders, nobody would be bashing.
No, that's real. That is real. Phil, overall, give me your thoughts on this linebacking core so far.
I am extremely excited about this linebacking core, and I cannot wait to see what it is that they put on the field. Kwiatkowski is a guy who not a lot of people have heard about, not a lot of people have seen, except for those who are watching the Bears games. But this guy is an aggressive, intense kind of type A personality who's crazy about football and is going to wear the green dot for us. He's going to captain the defense. And he was a guy that Aaron Rodgers said that you have to be aware of where 44 is on the field at all times. We've heard that he's been a heavy thumper in practice and that he's actually been told to lighten up and not kill guys so that we can ensure that we have a season of health. And that has been a delight. One of the other things has been Corey Littleton. Corey Littleton has the best pass defense rating as a linebacker, and is just everything that we've needed. A guy who's not the heaviest guy, but capable of running with tight ends and running backs and shutting all the intermediate to short stuff down, possibly even defending screens so that we don't have to worry about that. The middle of the middle of the Raiders defense has been a problem for decades. You just look all the years we've talked about tight ends, all the years we've talked about running backs, all of the years where you've seen Drew Brees walk out, point directly at Ben Heaney, and then throw a slant pass right where he's standing and complete it. With the linebackers that we have in this 4-2-5 scheme, and then making the trade for McMillan, it just goes to show you that they have finally committed to the linebacking position and getting value pieces instead of once again drafting people and asking them to do things that they are not comfortable doing. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. I don't know why in the hell you would do that. With bring in a guy who's made it this far, made it to the pros doing one thing, and then ask him to do something else is asinine to me and possibly ludicrous as well. But that's what they've been doing. McMillan was a guy that I wanted to draft out of Ohio State because I loved his approach to the game. I loved his aggressiveness. I loved the thump, and he was a better pass defender in the Big Ten than he has proven to be in the league thus far. But he's also been asked, like I said, to be playing out of position, and a 4-3 middle linebacker is now a left inside linebacker in a 3-4 or that 3-3-5, and those funny style of defenses that he's not used to doing. And sometimes not everybody can adjust. But we're not asking him to start, and more likely than not, once he comes over here, if he's going into the nickel package as a backup or as a blitzer or as a run defender, that just further helps us cement the edge and keep contained on run plays. It's the best linebacking group that we've seen in a long, long time, and everybody should be thrilled about it. And as long as they stay healthy, it is going to make a truly positive impact on our defense.
Nah, some little feature I was just testing out. Just wanted to focus on Phil Robinson for a moment. Felt like I was taking the spotlight a little bit. Sorry, man. Had to give you the spotlight. Got the long hair going. Oh man. But no, you're absolutely right. Man. So here's another breakdown I'm gonna try to give everybody right now. By September the 5th, which is next week, Raiders need to be at 53. Plus, you're going to have like your 16-man practice squad. So you're going to have that complete. So they have to start turning this roster over.
Now,
yeah.
Now.
Yeah, they got to be at 53 by September the 5th. September the 5th. That's that's a Saturday, I think. Yeah. They gotta have it by next Saturday. The roster's gotta be turned over. It can't be the league prefers them not to get it done like last minute shit. They want them to have the roster. Look, if you can start turning it over by the middle of the week, good. You want to try to get everything turned in by I think I got it right here. 4 p.m.
Yep. I want to make sure they are the last team to turn that stuff
so
in.
4 p.m. like Eastern, yeah.
Real cloak and dagger hush hush. Hell, you even saw it in the press conference. All of a sudden, John Gruden has run out of things to say. I don't really think we need to tell you guys anything. Nobody tells us what the other teams are doing.
And here's the other thing. Everybody's, and this is one other thing I was starting to think about with Yannick. If I'm the Raiders, once you get everybody cut down, everybody's saying, well, the 11 mil, blah, blah, blah. Once you get everybody cut down, you're going to have more than enough cap space to make that move. So if I'm the Raiders, go and make that move. If you have the space, if the pick is there, if they're saying like, hey, we'll take your 3rd round pick, go for it. If not, then keep looking.
No doubt. This is going to be interesting to say the least. You've heard what you've started to hear that you haven't heard in a while is that teams are monitoring who it is that the Raiders are cutting because they're looking to grasp some of the talent that we have. And it's been a long time since teams have appreciated the talent on our roster, especially when you're talking at not the top, but the bottom end of the receiving group.
Here's something else. Oh, Mike, you said
what happened to
the 55? Okay, so because of COVID-19, they held off with doing a 55-man roster, and they said they're going to go on and do that the start of 2021. So because of the things that are going on, they said, look, we don't want to have too many people on the roster right now. We'll just stick to having the normal 53 for right now, and then we'll go with the 16-man practice squad. We'll do it like that. And then come 2021, they'll have the 55-man roster, and then they'll add the additional, because that's when they're going to be looking to have, 18 games? Is it 18 games or 17 games?
I believe it is 18
games, yeah.
18
so
games.
When they have 18 games, we'll have the 55-man roster. You'll still have 16? Yeah, you'll still have your 16 practice squad and so on and so forth. So that's what's going to end up happening. It was just with the things going on this year, you're not going to really add all these guys onto a 55-man roster. But yeah, Phil, I'm gonna be real here. We really need to look at who's staying and who's going. I mean, we already know who's staying. We know Carr's staying. We know Peterman's damn sure staying. Mariota's staying until you gotta get healthy. Have I heard anything about Booker? Has he looked?
How he's coming back? Not really.
I heard Booker is more the same guy as Jalen Richard, just more of a scat back. Rod Smith was the guy that they've been looking at. I know everybody. What was the other guy when we went on signed?
Stand back.
Yeah, stand back. Yeah, he went on and left. He got cut. Here we go. Damn, what was that? We beatboxing? Trying to make a drum move?
Doom, doom, boom, boom. Anywho.
Yeah, reduced preseason. That's going to be for next year.
He's probably one of the bubble guys, and I say that because from what we've heard, it's been a mixed bag about Bowden. Bowden will make some plays, but he takes a lot of shots, from what I hear, and a lot of big shots. And I don't know, and perhaps they're looking for a heavier back and more of a thumper. Booker's got ball security issues, which is what got him cut out of Denver.
Yeah.
And it's just really kind of without a preseason, it's kind of hard to say. I just don't see him as being the being around unless he's turns into a better blocker and overnight.
So here's the other thing about Bowden. I'm gonna be real, bruh. Mentally, I think he wasn't there for a little bit. I mean, when we started hearing the news about him getting knocked around and whatnot, he just lost his grandmother. His grandmother took care of him his entire life. I'm going to tell you this, you're not mentally there most of the time when someone that has played a major impact in your life is just taken from you. Now, when we had this, we heard the scrimmage the past 2 weeks, he's looked sharp. He's been able to hit the holes. He's been able to run guys over. Now, he does need to work on that pass blocking a little bit better than what he's doing. And if knowing how he is, he's willing to learn and willing to pick things up, he's going to get it.
Or at least learn to perfect the cut block, equally as effective as stopping the guy in his tracks.
I'm going to tell you this. I'm not sold on Theo Reddick.
No.
I seen Theo Reddick in Detroit, and my God, I about nearly pulled my hair out.
No. There was a time when I thought Theo Reddick might have been able to make this team, but this ain't it.
No.
They're looking to get more from Richard. Is the long and short of it. They're looking to get more from Richard or force him to step up and do a little bit more and have a little bit more production than he had running the football last year, because you got to be able to take some of that pressure off Josh Jacobs so that he doesn't run himself into the ground or that he doesn't take the pounding that he did last season.
So this is what I see right here. Do this real quick. All right. This is what I see right now. I see Jacobs, Bowden, Richard, and Smith. They need a bruiser. Rod Smith is that guy, especially coming at 6'3", 230. I got to go with the big guy.
Yeah.
And that was the thing. When I saw him in Dallas, I mean, he could deliver the blow. It was just folks were not like, I think when you have Ezekiel Elliott, you're not going to get the amount of reps you expect to get.
No, that's real.
So you got him, and then you're going to see Alec Ingold get involved more. And Alec Ingold has actually worked on his route tree. So then I'm going to tell you this. There's no need to having Theo Reddick. I see him as the odd man out. I think Beast Mode's still with Seattle.
Yeah, and he's not trying to play in anything but the playoffs. Let's call it what it is.
Yeah, I can't get mad at that. I can't get mad at that one.
Mad at that either. But the acceleration to the hole, the toughness is there. The acceleration to the hole is not.
So I put it like this, Phil. Should we do our own 53-man roster cut right now, or should we just post it for everybody to see?
We'll set it up for the next. We should actually set it up for Monday's show or next Friday. We'll do it before they actually put the 53 out. Then we can see how close we came.
I mean, you can still, I'll probably throw mine out tomorrow. Probably throw it out tomorrow, see everybody get a look. We're like, oh, okay. He's about on point. So it's whatever. I'm down.
One of the things that makes this process truly difficult this year, especially out of all the years, is the fact that we just don't have all the information. the media coverage has been spotty at best, and that's been by design to keep the players safe and a little bit to keep people guessing about what the business is going on with the Raiders by Gruden in the front office. And not knowing, having missed practices, having missed scrimmages with no preseason games to see, and reporters being able to see very limited amounts of practice makes this very difficult to make a 53, especially when you see them turning around and trading for guys. And just off the rip, we hadn't heard that they needed another linebacker, and now we have Raekwon McMillan. So, I mean, we heard that what did Vic say about Tanner Muse, that he was so lost out there he couldn't find his way if you gave him a roadmap? I was clowning Vic, but between clowning your third round draft pick like that and your undrafted underweight undrafted free agent linebacker from a small school, legitimately challenging to make the roster, it stands to reason that they did need to go out and get a suitable vet in case something happened to one of the two linebackers that they have, so that we don't plunge back into the darkness having just seen the light.
Yeah. You know, I'm gonna be real. Another thing that stuck out to me: tight end Nick Bowers from Penn State. Mm-hmm. I've been seeing him. He's been popping up a lot. So I don't know. I don't know if Carr's starting to, form something with him, or who knows.
Maybe. You can never have, like catchers in baseball, you can never have too many tight ends.
All right, so Brent, you said 6 wide receivers of Bowden's listed as running back, 7 if Bowden's listed as wide receiver. So we're going to have 6 wide receivers. They're going to have Bowden listed as running back. That's going to be the thing. That's what they're going to be looking to go with. But with having Tyrell Williams out, you're going to see Bowden come in a couple of times, and they're going to utilize him. But, I mean, overall, you got 5 wide receivers that all have speed, that can catch.
Quality wide receivers that can gain separation, top 100 in gaining separation.
I don't see it as a problem.
I don't either.
So, other than that, I think we kind of hit on it for this weekend.
Yeah.
Phil?
Yes, sir.
You need to hurry up and get Madden so I can just
lose like
remind you who your daddy is.
That halftime score 52-0 is calling. I'm well aware of who daddy is, and it ain't you.
Hey. Listen to your daddy. Daddy.
Say he was the daddy. Y'all see this? Y'all see this man? This man hasn't even brought up the game, the word Madden to me in over 6 months. But since he bought the damn game, now he feeling good, feeling himself because he hit that practice mode one time. You better get out here and shut that shit up.
I think you ain't talking.
Get out of here.
Y'all watch my alma mater tonight, UCA Bears, on that ugly ass field on ESPN.
Hey, if it's football, I can watch it because I ain't got nothing else to do.
Hey, it's football, man. I need that. Hey, but appreciate you guys tuning in today. I know it's wild that we usually do this on a Saturday. Field is uglier than Boise State. Damn.
Yeah, that's right.
Is it brown? Is it orange?
Probably that orange field.
That
is eyesore. Although I was tempted to see if the Raiders could do a black field with silver lining. That would have been sweet.
Purple and gray stripes. Ew.
Ooh.
So y'all just paint y'all just painting grimaces of blood in the field.
You right. That is uglier than Boise State's field.
Yeah. All right, then you know I'm gonna have to check it out then. But hey, appreciate you guys joining us today. You guys can recap the show on the Unfiltered Truth YouTube page. See, I just love doing this shit now. Makes my life so fucking easier now. Go and subscribe to the Unfiltered Truth YouTube page. You guys can give us a follow on Twitter, Phil Jones NFL, Phil Robinson III. We're everywhere now. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube, Periscope. You can go and recap that. If you guys are friends with me on Facebook, you guys can go on and catch that. If you're in any of the Facebook Raider page, you guys can recap the show on there.
Subscribe.
Subscribe to the. Hey, it's easy just to go and subscribe to the Unfiltered Truth on the YouTube page. You know, you guys can go in and get a good look at all the shows that we've done. I've had Lynn Bowden Jr. We had your boy Q on there as well. So, hey, tune in. We're gonna have more people probably coming on during the season. Probably some former coaches, some former players. Hopefully, you know, I'll be able to get Lincoln Kennedy on. That would be a nice one.
Yeah, one of these days, Big Link is putting in overtime. He don't have Pac-12, but he's out there working hard for the Las Vegas Raiders.
I know, right? He's doing good. He's doing a hell of a job. Oh, love you too, Wendy. Appreciate the love. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate each and every one of you guys tuning in. I love it. It's a blessing. Yes. God rest his soul. Damn. That's rough. We get Josh Dubrow on here, yo. You know that's it.
I would love that, actually. I bet you that would be some real interesting podcasting. Real must-see video.
Okay, I might try to pull some strings. Let me see what I can do.
Yeah, he did. I do remember.
Yeah, you know, I actually know the guy. That got him on. So let me pull some strings. I'll see what I can do. But other than that, hey, you guys take care. God bless. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Go on and have a beer or two. And yeah, tell Darren to tune in. Yeah, he needs to tune in.
You know he will.
Lakers are on tonight. Let's go on and get that W. Go on and go to the next round and get some rest.
Finish the job.
Seriously, finish the job. Y'all take care.
All right. God bless y'all. Thank you for watching.